Hi guys! Welcome back to Crochet. This is Amber, your yarn host. I think that's what Jennifer says. I'm your yarn host for today. I love it. I love how everybody has their own catchphrases and we just all say something different. So today is Make Along Monday. It is also Michael's birthday. Michael just turned 12, so that's why this video is going to be up very late. It'll probably be technically Tuesday, but Make Along Friday or Monday, excuse me, for Garfield Make Along. It's where I pick something out of the bucket to make for the Garfield Make Along. For those of you that don't know, I do a yearly gathering of items for the Garfield school, which is where my kids go to school. And we do hats and gloves, scarves, little amigurumi, fidget toys, bookmarks, anything else you can think of giving to a kid that's small that you can make several of and send it in if you want to, or donate it to your local school. I'm sure they would appreciate that. My school uses them for incentives. They use them as soothing, reassuring, you know, you've been good, you've gotten a leadership card, that kind of a thing. They also use them for bingo nights, or if, you know, for hats and gloves, if somebody has lost theirs or they can't afford to have one, they will pass those out, which is amazing. Just so you know, South Dakota right now is -13, -20 with wind chill. We actually got 6 inches of snow, which is we haven't even had snow pretty much all year long. We've had 5 inches the whole entire winter, which by now we've used the snowblower several times in a normal year. And even today's snow we shoveled because it was light and fluffy. It was like somebody put not even powdered sugar. It was like somebody put like fluff all over the place because it was just, but then the wind was blowing, so it's super fluffy. Okay, 2 minutes in and we're already rambling. So last week, if you were here and you were paying attention, we drew out of here a fidget toy. So a fidget item for the school. I was looking for my pony beads, and of course I can't find them. But if you make amigurumi and you've ever crocheted with pony beads, this is actually a very good idea, and I kudos to the person that came up with it. But these are little pony bead hedgehogs, which I've already made. These are I made these a while back. And you can follow a tutorial on YouTube. I'm sure there's like a couple of vlogs and different things you can look up too if you want the written pattern. I'm sure there's that also. Nastasia actually has a video of just teaching how to crochet with beads. So you do need a smaller hook, so prepare yourself for that, but otherwise it's pretty simple and easy. I have hair all over everything. Okay, so I was gonna make these, but I couldn't find my pony beads, so I tried a new pattern. Actually, I tried 2 new patterns. For those of you nerds out there that like things that are kind of nerdy like I do, I like research, I like science, I like all that kind of stuff. This is a Mobius never-ending fidget toy. So it starts out as like 17 double crochets on a foundation chain, and then you loop the front end to the bottom end, you connect those, and then you end up crocheting around them and around them and around them. It's like 3 stitches in each stitch, so it quadruples. It's like, I mean, it triples in size every time you go around, basically. But this is a quiet fidget because there's no noise. But you pull from the center. I don't know if you can see the center. And there's a twist. So when you do that original twist, that causes everything else to twist. And you just keep pulling and pulling and pulling. So it's just a never-ending thing. Now, if you had the hands and the dexterity, you could do this in like a scrubby yarn and make yourself a loofah, because that's exactly what this looks like to me. Or a cotton yarn, and you could make yourself a loofah. When you go to wash something like this, it's acrylic, so this is washable. You want to lay it out, I mean, wash it how you'd wash it, but you really want to make sure you lay it out and completely dry because it is so thick. It's very, very thick. And you want to make sure that it's not going to mold. So if you do have to wash it, just make sure that you make sure it's fully dry. So this is over 800 stitches, maybe 1600 by you're all said and done, because you're going around the last round twice. And the reason you do that is you do slip stitches around the outside. So when you're pulling, as you pull through the circle, the lady said in the video that I watched, it was a Craftsy video on YouTube. As you pull, you're pulling on this, and crochet will naturally stretch. So if you do that slip stitch all the way through, or give it some sort of stable border, it'll keep that from getting all stretched out. So here's the first one. Now you can make this, you don't have to do all 3 rounds. This is actually 3 rounds. So you can do it smaller, like if you didn't want to do the the double crochet stitch, you could do it in just a single crochet stitch, which would make the hole smaller, and the piece itself would be smaller. You can just do a couple rounds or just 1 round, and you'll still have that loop. So that's an idea, and it's just fun to play with, in my opinion. Would I do it again? I'm not quite sure. I'd have to be really, really, really out of ideas. And I hate to say that, but it's a lot of stitches, and you're like, oh my god, is this ever going to end? Maybe because I did it in gray. It could be because I did it in gray. This was a really old skein of Red Heart. I kept the band for you so you could see. It's actually in the rag color. The color is rag. R-A-G-G. It came from Walmart once upon a time. It was $2.17. It still has clerks and coats on it, if that tells you how old it is. So it was pretty old, but it did use, if you're looking to get rid of yarn, I mean, it's going to use a lot of yarn. I pulled from the middle, I would say it used over half. And she does tell you that it's going to use like 2/3 of a ball of yarn. The second thing I did was this little fidget toy. I did it when I was at my mom's. We were watching football or watching the game. And I had watched the video the night before, and I thought, okay, I've got this. I don't need to watch it again. And I probably should have, but I winged it and it worked. It's supposed to be more like a triangle. I think it's supposed to be more like that. I tend to overstuff things, so that could be partially why, but it still works. It still fidgets. So it works for me. I mean, it's still a fidget toy, but the ones that you see or you can make are more like diamonds or triangles, and then they fidget around. There's 4 sides to that triangle, so it's almost like it's actually a physical diamond because you've got the 4 sides 8 times, I guess. But anyway, so fidget toy. I was kind of sad because I'm pretty sure this is Red Heart Super Saver and stripes. I think it's neon stripe. I was sad because my two colors ended up on the same side. I didn't count to see how many stripes there would be, and it just happened that my black pretty much lined up where my seams were, so that was kind of cool, which makes it even a cooler, I think it's cooler, fidget toy, because the stripes kind of fell naturally in there. So I made 2. I probably make another one of these, but because of the way that this ended up, I was like, that would make a really cool snake, because guess what else I made this week? You guys, I made a crap ton of stuff since last Monday. So I will pull those out and show you. If I have the pattern from the maker, I will write it down and put it in the description. If not, all you have to do is Most of my stuff that I find it right on YouTube. And I just look up, like, what do I want to make today? I want to make a snake. Okay, let's find a tutorial on how to make a snake. So, let's see. This one here, let's see if I have it. I've started writing the patterns down because I was not so much wanting to go back to every single video and rewrite it again or rewatch it again. This snake pattern is by Ohana Craft on YouTube. And I don't remember which one I did first. I don't know, but I have two of them. And this is out of a Bernat blanket yarn. So it does have a curve to it. I really like the way the face is. The face is nice. You definitely want to use your stitch marker. I mean, if you don't, you're going to get lost. This one does have, I think, oh, I used bigger eyes in this one. Smaller eyes. I don't think it really matters. I think maybe the bigger eyes would probably be a better thing. But you can add a tongue to it if you want. She does show you how to make a tongue for it, but these I didn't think needed it. This is Bernat blanket, but I don't know what color because it didn't have a ball band anymore, so I might have used a few yards out of it. And really I played yarn chicken towards the end, probably this one, with finishing it off. So I got 2 full snakes. I stuffed mine pretty good. You can't really, I use a 6mm hook now, and I used to use a 7 or an 8 on Bernat blanket, but to avoid the holes, I've been using a 6, and I don't have any problems with my tightness being too tight, like I can't get through it. So the 6 seems to be working, and that's Bernat blanket. I know it is because that's what I use. I haven't even tried any of the newer ones. So if you guys have a preference in the newer ones, let me know. So that snake and this other yarn, this red heart yarn that I have a ton of variegated yarns, led me to this snake. I actually just finished this one today. So I just did a tube and then decreased a little bit, you know, tapered off, but I thought you can kind of see the lights in its eyes, but I had a couple eyes that had dents in the middle. I just went with it. I just made sure I had 2 that had dents in it. Maybe that'll be a feature that they like. I don't know, but I know that Bonnie with Strawberry Bonnie Crochet was saying about her fluff that she had bought was like all over the place too. This is like really short fiber stuff. I mean, I got it really cheap. I got it at a coupon and discount, and probably got it cheaper than what I was supposed to, but it's kind of a pain. I'm gonna have to take a roller off the top and like make sure I get all the fuzzies off, but I think it's cute. I think somebody will really like it. So it worked out. So I got another snake. So there's 2 snakes. And then she says, and then. Okay, so we had these 2 last week. And I decided, because I found some other colors, we had to make these 2. So we're going to have a rainbow of axolotls for my my craft fair. Sometimes I miss a stitch. Sometimes this one I actually added too many stitches. I know I did, because I'm like, wait a second, that's longer than that one. And but anyway, I have a rainbow of colors, and apparently the blue axolotl is in Minecraft, and that's why it's probably so popular with the kids. So there is that. And do I have who I follow written down? Thank you. No, I don't. But I know I got it off of YouTube. If you look for the one with the feet, you're gonna see it. The other ones I've seen have all bobble stitches, and I actually thought the ones with the feet look, I don't know, more detailed. But my problem is I don't know what to charge for these. Do I charge 20? I'm thinking so. I don't know. I mean, the yarn itself is expensive. And then you've got all your crochet details on there. Surface crochet. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. So before we get too far, and if you're here just for the Garfield Make Along drawing, let me draw this and we'll pick what's for next week before I get too far here. All right, let's see. Oh, we get to make an eagle. Okay. So my goal for this week will be to make an eagle by next Monday, at least one. Hopefully we can do more than one. Hopefully. I have a craft fair Saturday, and that's why I'm kind of making all this other stuff up. Mom said it's the 3rd year, but I have not haven't seen anything about it anywhere other than the advertising for vendors. So hopefully we make our booth back. I hate to say that, like, you know, you take all this time to make stuff, and then your only hope is to make your booth back. Like, okay, hopefully it's more than that, because right now we need money. Mom needs money. It's like, I'm not taking all this time for nothing. I mean, hopefully, I don't know. Okay, so last time I showed a duck. I think I showed the duck last time. Maybe I didn't. I don't honestly remember. But I made a second duck because I knew I had enough yellow yarn. And here's what I have left of that yellow yarn. And that was after the other axolotl detail. But I made a frog hat for him. Okay, if you're not squealing, who are you right now? Like, this is so cute. So I made a frog hat for him. I had to go to my mom's house and dig through some of my yarn I had there. And I'm like, I need to make a frog hat. Now, the girl that did this pattern, she is Allie's Crochet. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that last time. Allie's Crochet, she had fruit hats. So she had strawberries and blueberries and like a pumpkin, I think, or maybe an orange. So she had fruit type hats. And I just thought, well, let's do an animal hat because it's a duck and it would go well with Easter or spring. So anyway, this is not tied on. It's just tied here. It's not fastened on, but yeah. So I was really trying to figure out how to make the ice pop, and I played around with that, and Mom's like, wow, that's cool. I'm like, I thought so. So got another duck and a frog hat to go on the duck. I'm thinking I'll either make another frog hat or I'll make a bunny hat. My goal is to make a bunny hat, but I kind of don't have that much burnout blanket yarn, which I've never said in my life, which is, I mean, I've gone through so much of it, it's kind of sad. Okay. And then, because I didn't have, I've made cats, I've made octopus, or the squids, I made the axolotls and snakes, and I was like, I don't have any dogs to go with all the cats. So I decided to make a dog. I can't remember if I showed you this guy or not, but I made him, and I winged the ears. I just winged it. They're single. They're a single layer. They're not real thick. So I made him so he's like a little loaf dog out of acrylic yarn instead of the Bernat. And then I decided to make a bigger dog. I'm not sure if I like him, but I like him enough to sell him or give him away. So it's just your basic, you know, your 4 legs. And I had just a little bit of this left over, and I thought, well, that'd make a cute little muzzle, and then the ears. And then this is actually an off-white. This is not a white, it's an off-white, which matched with this color here. So I got 2 dogs. Again, the cats outweigh the dogs by a long shot, but it'll work. It'll work. So what else? Oh, I know that Bonnie does. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie doesn't like this this kind of yarn, but it makes for really fun animals. I made a chicken. It's a really crazy chicken. Now, it's this fuzzy because I flipped it inside out. It would not be this fuzzy, and you would actually see the stitches kind of like you do up here. You can kind of see the stitches. You don't see them so much on the rest of the body. So it's just pretty flat, but it's like crazy chicken. Crazy. And it's cool because this yarn has like this purple striping in it. So very, very crazy. I don't know what I charged for that. I doubled it up with an acrylic yarn. It was a multicolor acrylic yarn. And I don't know. Don't know what to charge for it. Like $6? $8? I don't know. I'm not really sure. What do I charge for the loaf dog? What do you guys charge? Can you guys give me some information? I'd help. I'd really appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. And then I decided to make some scrubbies. Because I figured, well, it might not be the day for amigurumi. Maybe they want something practical. So I made scrubby dresses. This pattern, I can tell you, is by Bago de Crochet. So you can either make it out of just straight cotton, and you can have it be a towel holder. Hold it down from here. You attach a ring here, and then a ring down here, and it makes a towel holder. Or you can make them into a scrubby dress, and it just goes right on top of your bottle. And then you have your spout out here. If you soap spills on it, it's a scrubby, so you can use it as that. So I had the blue scrubby yarn, and this is the scrubby yarn and the acrylic or cotton, and it was a variegated cotton, so different types of blues. And then I was running out, so I used the white on the bottom. So this one's all blue. And then I thought, well, we could try some Vikings, because I'm in South Dakota, right next to Minnesota, which happens to like the Vikings. I don't know why. Go Pack, go. But I made two little Vikings dress colors. So this is actually Sparkle Scrubby. Here you got your regular scrubby and then your cotton. So, and I like to change it up a little bit, because the texture on my hands, it helps my hands if I change it up a little bit. But the Sparkle Scrubby is really pretty. You can see that sparkle, and the purple has that too. So I have enough. I think I'm gonna make some bears colors. I have a really dark blue and a really bright orange. So I'm going to try to make some in the bear colorways. So I did that. And let's see. I have like my bucket of stuff. I found this. This was a whip bygone days. So that is all in scrubby yarn. If you go to Yarnspirations or even maybe Red Heart, website, they have patterns for the scrubby yarn, so I would recommend that if you guys are looking to do one of these. This is granny square, pretty sure. Maybe it might have been a block stitch, probably the block stitch, but anyway, you can have, that's an option. I mean, it's big, so that's all in scrubby. And then I had some of this scrubby yarn that I got off of Amazon. It came in a really big pack. It was full of different colors, and it had some different like color, I don't know, like little flag yarn thing. It's 2-plied, so you've got your string that has the little color flippy things. And then you have your regular, like, solid color of purple. So I did this with the purple. Of course, I won't be able to find it. But it was just an acrylic purple that I put it in with it. So I did the scrubby yarn with this and used a size 6 hook to make these. So I got 4 of those. I tried different, like single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. So these are a little bit different sizes. There's just a tiny little difference in those. So I made 4 of those. And then I had, I thought I had more of these, but they might be somewhere else. But I had one in green. So I used a neon green color and this. So it actually turns out really pretty. I don't know if people will like it because of the specks of color in it, or if they just really want a scrubby. So this is kind of like it's polyester. So polyester with cotton, and it's kind of like the sparkle scrubby from, I'm assuming Red Heart makes that, but it had a no-name, like Chinese name on it. So I think I've showed these before, but I have these done and ready to go. So those are washcloths. And then I found these. I had these ready to go too. I thought maybe I'd sell those on auction, but they never sold. So these are both bowl cozies. Again, I don't know what to put prices on for these. They take quite a bit of time. I mean, really, going in the rounds and single crochet, it's kind of a pain in the rump. I made a couple more of these, but I don't know where I put them. So, and then I got, this is going to go on the craft fair. I'd like to make another one of that. Crazy Monster. And these were actually for, a book. It goes with the mitten, the Lost Mitten. So I'm gonna put them on the sale. If they sell, fine, great. I'll make another one. But I had never finished it because COVID hit, and I actually put it away and didn't find it again until just recently. So yeah, it's kind of cute. This fox is a little odd, but it's cute. So that is, I think that's all I've got. But yeah, so next week we will work on an eagle, and I will try to do Fitness Friday this week. I shouldn't have a problem with it. Last week I was out shopping. Dawn gets paid every other Friday, so then I go shopping on Fridays. So if I don't get it done in the morning, it's really hard for me to get it done at night unless I do it really super late, but I will do my best. I know that I haven't lost anything this week, or at least I hadn't as of last Saturday when I weighed in, but I sat tonight and watched the kids and Dawn and my mom and my oldest eat pizza and have cake and ice cream, and it didn't bother me. I sat back and I crocheted and I watched them play games, and they had fun and they got to eat. I had my beef sticks, and I came home and I had a pork steak, which was absolutely delicious. But I find that I'm really not that hungry. Like, as long as I'm eating enough fat and enough meat, protein to keep me going, I'm drinking enough fluids, I really just, I'm not as obsessive as I used to be. Like, I would obsess with having something salty and something sweet and something salty. So I'm not that way anymore, and it didn't bother me at all to cut that cake and feed it to my kids. It even the ice cream, I was like, oh, you know, but I just didn't need it. So that's a great sign, I think, to not have to absolutely like want to devour that whole thing. If the cake is sitting out there and it's not bothering me, it's not like it was with the cheesecake way back in July when I was really, you know, struggling those first couple weeks. It was a good decision I made, and I'm sticking to it. And if I lose it slowly, that's great. So it seems to be coming off like every other week, which is fine. I mean, this week we shoveled snow, so maybe it'll come off faster than another week that it didn't. But definitely have to work on my sleep. I have been kind of not sleeping normal hours. I get to the point where I'm not I'm not upset, and I'm not depressed, and I'm not angry or crying. I'm just, there's parts of me that are just kind of numb, and I'm you know, there's things like today that remind me that my dad's not here. That's another first, that we don't have my dad here with. And Michael was named after my dad. So days like today are hard, and I think emotionally I just have to prepare myself for that. But so far it's okay. And I there are a lot of days where I'm sitting in my chair and I don't even pick up a hook because I'm just, my brain is numb. But there are other days where I'm like completely stressed because we have no money, and if I don't sell anything, then there's no money when we need it. So we are banking on our tax return coming in, and I think that's another 2 weeks away. That's a long 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that Saturday goes well. If I make a lot more between now and Saturday, I will definitely get back on here and show you what I made for market prep. I do have tags. I just have to write prices on them. Again, if you have any comments about prices, please let me know, because any advice would be some great advice. I just don't know how. I've never been to this craft show, so I don't know what to expect. How much extra work I should be putting into it. Should I be, working my butt off, or should I just be like, okay, you've got enough? I mean, we only have one table between me and my mom, so I guess we'll see. Sorry about all the rambling. It's kind of what I do, but trying to think what else. Yeah, so we'll have to work on setting it up as far as, different heights, and we're going to have some different shelvings. I've got baskets and stuff. I see a lot of people put their all their stuff in a basket, especially if they have multiples of one thing. So I'll work on that too, and we'll see what I can get done. But yeah, I'll let you guys go for now. But I love you. If you have a chance and you're able to, go back and watch some of my older videos and help me out with the algorithm and getting some of that AdSense built up, I would appreciate it. If you know anybody that likes crochet and doesn't mind some dirty-minded crochet pieces every once in a while, I try not to swear when I'm doing these kind of videos. If I'm on auction, I have more likely to do that, but here, and just voicing myself, I don't swear. At least I try not to. And a lot of this is for my kids and for the kids of Garfield, so that's kind of where my channel, this channel, is geared towards. It's towards making things for kids, and out of the joy of my love of crochet. That's what I like to do. So it keeps my mind a bit busy. So, all right, that's enough rambling. I'll let you guys go. If you stayed this long, put in a heart in the emoji down in the box down below. And if you have any other questions, you can reach me at amberjoy21@yahoo.com. That's been my email for God knows how long. And we'll touch you guys soon. Bye.